Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Moin. Moin. Hallo. Was machst du gerade? Nicht. Du? Was? Bist du ganz alleine? Voila! Voila! Nimm den Hörer hoch. Voila! 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 Alten! Nimm den Hörer hoch! Moin. Voila! 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 Ja, jetzt? Next. And now, watching the hobby hangout. Oh, good. Hello, everybody. As you can see, Jerry lost to the ether. I'm guessing he fell asleep. I don't know where he is. Hello, Demons of Danley, James Scott, Dutch, and Maldroth. I hope you're all feeling well. To be brutally honest, I had a hard time getting on today for two reasons. Reason the first, I was very annoyed by some delivery company acting like absolute fuckwits, and I was very enraged about not getting my hobby toys. Yeah. And then there was news about Paul Sawyer not returning to Warlord because of health issues. And that suddenly then puts things into perspective. Hello, Orinoco. When at one moment you're very enraged about not getting Tiny Fighting Man, and then all of a sudden people are very close to dropping dead. Yeah, Demon Sub, postage and delivery around the world seems to be getting backwards since the pandemic. To a degree, yes. And I wouldn't have complained hadn't this company specifically in the past done the same thing over and over again, and another driver of that company told me in private that this is more or less intentional because they are just lacking qualified drivers. Yeah. But as I said, then getting the newsletter from Warlord Games explaining why there had been so little about Paul to be heard and seen, again, puts things into perspective. At least for me. Yeah, that's technically you're correct, but who started paying peanuts? I'm guessing it wasn't the traditional delivery services. It all went down when the Bezos guy did his own delivery stuff. And yeah, I think that's more or less what killed everything. You never heard of Paul Sawyer? Oh, Dutch. You might want to read up on him. He's a bloke from the past. He founded Warlord Games, and if I remember correctly, was a staple in Games Workshop's history as well. Evening, Mr. Kebab. Yeah, I'm terrible with names as well, but some names do tend to stick. Not going to comment on that, Demon Sub. Could be anything. There were mentions of certain conditions on the forum at OTT, but there's no exact things given from direct sources, so I'm not going to go into that. He's obviously sick and is not going to be able to take back his seat at Warlord Games. So let's just, I almost said hope and pray, but what I meant was let's all just try to keep a positive spin on things. To get back to my initial rage about a very incompetent delivery service, mostly I'm enraged because that's the first parcel that made its way to me on the basis of being a review sample of an upcoming Kickstarter. And I really want it. And if that parcel doesn't get to me, I'm going to be very, very cross. I'm not going to tell you a lot what it is exactly. But, yeah. It's going to be interesting nonetheless. Redverse, welcome. And James Scotts, thanks for spending subs again on different peoples. SMV? What's SMV, Dutch? I can't seem to remember the abbreviation SMV. Nah, it's not Six More Vodkas. No. That I'm guessing Six More Vodkas, if I remember correctly, is a German company, so that would have been here already. That parcel came from Poland and is now stuck in a distribution hub relatively close to me, but not so close that I could go get my parcel myself. No order code, not to my knowledge. Hell is all. Now, the distribution company in question who's fucking up big time for some time now is UPS. They're actually going completely bonkers recently. I took one look at the local distribution hub's Google ratings and they're bottomless. They're just non-existent anymore. And all you get is a copy and paste reply to please send a DM via Twitter or Facebook. Great idea. Fucking wankers. But if the parcel finally gets to me, I will be making one or two interesting videos. I hope interesting videos, and try to test out whatever is inside of the parcel, and then let you folk decide if it's going to be worth your money when later there comes a Kickstarter. So I have been told the Kickstarter is going to be March 2025. So there's still time for me to do interesting things with stuff that gets sent. I guess I just was annoying enough to some people. Or maybe they're desperate enough for attention, I don't know. Could be either things. Luckily, they initially had planned to launch the Kickstarter in, I think, November. So, yeah. As a hint, the items in question have been featured on OTT as a side note in one of their recent big event coverage. No, James, it's not Business Daddy. It's not Archon. You try to figure it out. But speaking of Business Daddy, I made an inquiry at my friendly, not so local game store where I get my plastic crack from. if they are planning on stocking Armored Clash, and they haven't heard of it. I might have signed an NDA. Could be possible. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell you, would I? Also, let me have some fun BRTs. Yes, Demon's Up. Clash. I did inquire. They replied, well, we haven't heard of that game before, even though they are stockists of War Cradle stuff already. But then I sent them the link, and they are looking into it and potentially are going to stock it. So let's see how that goes and what kind of cost savings it might involve for me for not ordering from way beyond the borders. I seem to have infected Toros with the Armored Clash virus. I think he bought some stuff. Yeah, the ordering part, James, isn't the biggest problem. I think it needs to have some kind of resale value to them. Otherwise, yeah, where's the point? No, Zork, not Bot War. And Bot War would be on edition 3. And on that note, another happy little accident. In the Bot War face page group, there was a little competition of show your painted stuff, and I, being the owner of Traders Galaxy, will select one winner and send stuff. And I won. I'm not sure what I'm going to get, but I'm guessing it's going to be here before the end of the year. Hopefully. He wouldn't tell. He only said it would be a miniature, so your guess is as good as mine. And either way, if it's anything Bot War related, I'm happy to have it and to add it to my collection. Yeah, sometimes it really is a benefit of taking part in small to tiny giveaways, because the average chance is just way better. I somehow need to find a way to get chat in front of me, because I always keep staring to the right, and apologies for not keeping eye contact with my community. Oh, there's something blinking. Somebody calling for attention? No. So Maldroth put up a interesting discussion piece on the OTT Discord just a few minutes ago about how long are you going to wait before a Kickstarter is a failure to you, to paraphrase it. And I think potentially that's very dependent on what kind of Kickstarter it is, how communication goes, and what circumstances are there. I mean, if there's a Kickstarter that's in fulfillment and stuff is getting boarded onto a big ship, and that big ship then all of a sudden is sitting sideways in the canal. No, James, it's not Epic Legion. I wish. It's epic in a scale. Let me just give you another hint on this. So, if, let's say, you're backing a small RPG that's only going to be delivered as a PDF, and it's a single-person operation, I wouldn't mind waiting half a year or so. If, let's say, it's a computer game and it's a small team and they have trouble getting things done, or you're waiting for your copy for a very exotic subsystem, it's all fine and dandy, but as most of you are agreeing, it's communication is key, and not only answering to questions from your backers, but to go all out when you spot a problem. When things go south, be proactive and tell your community, yeah, there is shit happening. We apologize. Dutch Star Citizen status currently is alpha version 3 point something, so nowhere near fulfillment. Orinoco, what exactly are you talking about? Fulfillment for the product I'm going to have a review sample of? No, that's the Kickstarter is going to start in March. And it's also every time if you back a project with somebody who's literally on the other side of the world, delays are to be expected. Trouble with import duties are, if not covered in the crowdfunding campaign, a potential problem. So, yeah. That's why I like small little Kickstarters like the ones from Bequest Miniatures. He just does a small set of miniatures. They're already made. He only needs numbers to be cast, and that's a very well calculatable number to go off on. And again, if you have a small Kickstarter and you're asking for, let's say, €1,000 to make some miniatures, and all of a sudden your Kickstarter goes bonkers, and there's €100,000 worth of orders coming in, of course you're going to have delays. But if you tell people, look, demand is way higher than calculated, we will get to you, we will sort your orders, but it's going to take some time. I don't think most people would be annoyed by that. And it seems to be that these small casters and garage entrepreneurs seem to be more capable of handling a Kickstarter than companies are. Which is good, because Kickstarter is for the small company and not to be a glorified pre-order. Hello, Jill. Welcome. Midland Miniatures. Do I know them? Potentially. Yeah, Dutch. That's the obvious sore thumb sticking out here. Oh, Jill, I'll try not to bitch because, as I've stated very early in the stream, life can be very short all of a sudden. If you have read the announcement from Wallet Games about Paul Sawyer being sick and leaving and not be able to return to company. So I'm trying to find positive things today. Stop it with your negative vibes. Demons Indie of the Week. That's how I knew that. I was thinking I've heard that name. Yes, positivity. And I don't mean HIV, you weird lot out there. New wallet, Prussians. I mean, let's hang on to or just interlock with the title of last week's XLBS, Gaming Buddies. Gaming Buddies are great. Everybody should have one. I haven't painted any burrows and badgers yet. If they are so nice to paint, I might be tempted to get some for decorations. Yes, Dutch. Just like that, but without the potential risk of getting an STD. Ah, that's a shame, Jill. I feel actually having a buddy or maybe even a small circle of friends to have a regular hobby evening of some description is really helpful. Yeah, James, I think that's the point. Although it's not like a Lloyd not doing the roam for us. Jill, have you ever considered doing online painting evenings? Maybe we could establish something along those lines on the OTT Discord, potentially. Have a paint along. And to be fair, I wouldn't know how to find new hobby friends if I were to move from this town, but luckily that's not an option. Not in the slightest. Yeah, Game 4 was a nice app, and it just had the worst timing in all of app history. I mean, creating an app that's made for bringing people together and then the pandemic hits, it's just. Jill, I was asking if you have ever thought about doing an online painting evening with friends over at Discord from the OTT crew, or curate your own circle of friends to have a paint along. I'm pretty sure if I pass the war in a bit, we could get some elevated rights for me to not just have the stage. Oh, sure, that's totally fine if the complete Discord is way too much for you. But using Discord as a means to an end, just maybe have 2 or 3 friends that can't make it over to you physically, have them sit together and do a private session, if you will. You don't need to have a public painting session. It's just tech that's there to be used. Oh, James, I haven't. Paint by countries. That would be a very, very crowded UK session, I'm guessing. Yeah, ask Jay to set up something after he has won a sports ball game. Well, it's an interesting thought. Hello, Crispin. Welcome to the hot and steamy world of positivity. Jill, the good thing about small, tiny children is they grow. And it's just a matter of time that people will find their way back into hobby. So maybe just have a small waiting. I don't know. Wait a bit. Crispin is surely here to spread things. I'm not sure it's going to be love. And if it's positivity, I'm not going to go further down that road. Oh yes, involve the spawned ones. Yes, Demon Sub, exactly my thoughts about Mr. Crispin and spreading things. Ah. So any of you lot out there now actually doing hobby, or are you just waiting here for Jerry to pop up and tell you all to go flog off? To be honest, if children aren't into playing any of the games we do by themselves or show any interest, you can't really make them. It's not worth the hassle. Try to buy trousers. That's a first. Maldorf is working and Demon Sub is waiting for paint to dry. What an exciting evening! Hello the days. Long time no see. See, there's the otter. Pictures within pictures. Yeah, Danley, I can absolutely feel that. I'm pretty happy that there's a tangential interest in hobby of some sorts from the sides of my daughter. Even though it's not the same hobby as I'm doing, but that's totally fine. Oh, 6 weeks to paint an army? You'll never get it done. Let's just be positive about you won't be done. No, it will never be done. You'll be procrastinating for 3 to 4 weeks and then just toss it. Yeah, or like Demon Sub says, 5 weeks thinking time and 1 week to panic. It's that's the thing that I always find very fascinating when seeing people on YouTube videos showing off stuff that they're planning to do, and you just see tables worth of miniatures, and I'm just going, oh fuck, I would never plan on painting that many miniatures at once. It would be a nightmare. 200 Romans. Will they go the house? For what gaming systems will these be, James? Hail Caesar 20. So 228 miniatures. That's unless you're just painting sky-clad barbarians. That's a lot of paint. And to be positive, you're going to be finished before Lloyd has finished building Rome. He did the math wrong. Well, can only go up the number. Numbers go brrrr. Jill, are Romans as easy to paint as Scallybobs? The heat death of the universe will happen before Lloyd builds Rome. Yeah, maybe. Especially if Jerry is not taking the set to Lloyd to have him build. Hello, Toros. How's the Armored Clash virus going? Have you enjoyed ordering? Press 1 for yes. Press 2 for no. Answers on a postcard. I'm not even sure if in this mode my audio cues would work. Hang on. Where's my bloody phone? There's my bloody phone. Where's my soundboard? No, I don't want to update you now. Audio cue test. Does an audio cue. Gordon's alive! Voila! It wasn't your fault. You slipped with your mouse and all of a sudden your credit card was entered. Yes. Oh, you're barely hearing it because I turned down desktop audio so you won't be annoyed about my background music. Let's see if I can find a decent middle ground. Let's go there. This is going to be down. And then... I'm guessing that's better now. A series of unfortunate events. Isn't that the book title of something? I'm not patient zero. Oh, Irby Derby. Irbies for the win. I need to source some Irbies at some point in the future. Oh, what happened? Oh no. Oh no. My touch portal just crashed. No more audio for me? Why is this happening? No, there's no additional device, you wits. Oh, I hate tech. There we are. Free fall. Yeah, the design is very interesting. I'm still, to be honest, had the Battle for Saigon set been a different vibe, aka a different set of factions, I might have been more interested. But I really don't like the design of the what you call them. The Asian ones. Yeah, James, that's the one. Prussians and potentially Americans, I think? I don't know. I mean, I know that somebody said that the factions from Weird West and what's the naval game? Can't remember. That those would be in the Armored Clash universe. So here's something for interesting other things. Irby, last standing. The Irby Derby. Codes. I only have one Irby Derby. Need more Irby Derbies. We'll read that later. Irbies are the best ones, totally underappreciated, I feel. Nice little walking tin cans. Don't try to stress your brain, Jill. This is relaxing time. We're here to chill. Have a good time. To live positive waves. Or it should just get hammered. Let's see. I've got some new interesting side lighting as an experiment. If this is going to do interesting stuff. Potentially, this is going to annoy people very much. Ooh, spooky. Oh, this is very annoying. Very annoying. Oh no, how do I turn this off? Help. That's good, this way. Oh no, that's even worse. That's acting on my voice. Help, I'm being suppressed. Ah, that's good. No, James, not yet. Yeah, I'm flashing, but it's all beneath the table, so you can't see it. We could I? Oh, let's see if this works. This could be going completely horrible wrong. Attention. And now he's back. No, I can't see shit. Is this going to work? Hello. Oh my god. This is just horrible. I'm getting seasick. Oh no. Oh. Don't you just like cheap light effects? What about this? Oh, grand. If you only could see what I'm seeing. Here, let me show you. Maybe you can see. Ah, it's too bright. Ah, I think you get the gist of it. So, this was the great one, wasn't it? Oh my god. I think I found some video effect for future videos just to annoy people. Let's see. Let there be light. Let there even be more light. Oh. Light broadsword, yes. Sort of, kind of, but not really. This content should be reserved for only paints. I know you've reserved that domain, James, and there's only one color, true color going on there, and that's great. That's grand. Did I mess up the settings? No, I don't think so. I need to turn these around a bit so I'm not getting blinded. Blinded by the light. Why do you need to do something useful with that, James? Why can't there be fun and games on the interwebs? Good night, Dutch. Don't drink and drive. I mean, I've got way too many URLs under my belt. So many stupid things I came up, puns I needed a real URL for. See, like, Jerry's always calling Facebook face page. And I did something similar years before, and having a domain reserved for myself that's called Fratzbuch, where Fratz is the short form for Fratze, which is a grimming, ugly face. And Buch obviously is the German word for book, so it's literally Fratzbuch. Yeah, Farce page could work as well. I also own a domain that's referencing a user-friendly stupid joke going by 10, no, was it ID 10T. Idiot. Whereas in, yes, set this variable in your system file, user equals ID 10T. The next technician calling you will know what this means. If any of you remember user-friendly, have a drink. There's got to be one or two of you remembering user-friendly. Demons has tried Blue Sky. Yeah, I get why people go there. I'm not going to. It's bound to have the same problem like Twitter sooner or later. That's the big problem with any kind of social media. After a certain threshold, it just goes down the drain if there are no countermeasures for keeping trolls and bots and idiots in check. But let's face it, if they want to make money from social media, they will have very little control of anything, just to have all the options to monetize it. Yeah, James, I see the appeal of using Facebook as a group hub and just going from group to group. But at the same time, I can't stand Facebook groups. They just don't work for me. It's like a lesser clone of actually forums. I mean, yeah, if a group is properly moderated, it can be interesting and nice, but overall it's just all convoluted. Correct, Taurus, that's what I did in the last years when I was still using Twitter. Only use the following, not the AI enhanced crap. But ever since they stopped supporting TweetDeck for non-business users, there was no point in me using it anymore. But that's just, I think that's like somebody asking somebody for his favorite meal. It's just a matter of taste. Did he let this sink in by himself, Mr. Cuts? That's a very annoying thing of him. But to be fair, what annoyed me more was the year or two ago when all of a sudden several large YouTube channels got socially engineered or hacked and all of a sudden spread falsely acclaimed cyber Bitcoin scams featuring Elon Musk. That was very interesting. All of a sudden, a tech channel just spurts out promotions for weird Bitcoin-y crap. That's an interesting split of using social medias. One for wargaming, one for sports. So I'm guessing if I remember correctly, most sport-related events actually have a very well curated social media stuff. Yeah, actually, that's the more annoying part about this fast-lived stuff. It's just if you can't afford the time to be online every 15 minutes or so, it just goes out the window. John shared a picture in Discord. Oh yeah, his Gundam that he showed on the XLBS, which is a nice looking piece of kit. And the idea that he's toying around with Shay having a Gundam themed wargame is interesting as well. Yeah, Redverse, but that's the very particular requirement here. Jerry being here. This stream is the Venn diagram. Yeah, some things are very interesting overlapping. And even though at times it's very annoying to have Jerry not listen to anything what I say, because he's absolutely fascinating by whatever is on his football telly most of the time. It's very hilarious when he spurts out curses. My latest project is still Mr. Binface sitting there. I'm not sure if people were here last time when we painted Mr. Binface. He won't be. So haven't done much more, so the last pictures I put out are actually the ones I wouldn't go as far, Taurus. Gundam kits are actually quite affordable if you don't go full on bananas. So something like something like this direct fire lance that has 4 battery mechs in is about 40 to 50 euros, depending on where you get them. A single Gundam can be had for around a tenner. So you could, if you look a bit around the place, have 4 Gundams for the same price. It won't be those fancy 1/100 scale that John is showing off. They will be a bit more basic. Yeah, James, Battletech hasn't been cheap. But I just to make sure I didn't buy those separately, those were part of the last Kickstarter. And if you recalculate your £25 to €40, we're not far off. Oh, Taurus, that must have been, I think, around Margaret Thatcher's time, sort of, in the ballpark. And I still would want to know if what's that bloke's name? Hold on. Hang on. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? God, all day I'm getting that channel in my recommendation, and now it's gone. Where is he? Hang on. I'm going to find this one way or another, and then I'm going to know what I wanted to say. That's not it, that's not it, that's not it. Fucking hell. Talking about being prepared on a stream. Guerrilla Miniatures. He once said in a podcast that Catalyst Game Labs don't actually have the rights to sell miniatures, so they are selling Alpha Strike cards and they come with a miniature. I'm not sure how correct that is, and I really would like to know if that's the case. That would be very interesting, because that would explain why companies like Ravpatha Europe still are able to produce the Metal Max today. Excuse me. Joe, he spoke of it very confidently, so I'm guessing he's not wrong. Though I was very surprised to have heard it only at that occasion. I was thinking if that would actually be the case, there would be more sources quoting on that, more data to put evidence to it. So, but then again, do we really care? I mean, as long as the miniatures get to me and the Kickstarter is delivered. Catalyst Game Labs, you hearing me? Yes? Maybe start shipping your fucking Kickstarter? But let's not go down this route again. This way only lies negative ways. Yes, coffee time indeed, Mr. Thomas. Very much coffee time. I just think it must be a very interesting contract for Catalyst Game Labs, with Tops not being able to sell miniatures, but cards that come with miniatures. I mean, that must have been some kind of licensing loophole to some degree. Which again just shows IPs shouldn't be distributed between different companies. That way just lies madness and chaos. At some time I should charging them for making advertising for those little guys here. Fritz Cola and Fritz Little from Hamburg. Well, James, that should be a problem, but wouldn't that be pointless? Having an infantry game in a battle tech universe? I mean... I know where you're going, but then again, nah. Yes, they're still dangerous, but they've never played any role in the actual game, to my knowledge. And then again, if you were to, the only way I can see this working would be of some kind of if you have a unbalanced quote unquote game where one is attacking with a small mech force, and the other one has a large infantry force for defense, maybe. Yeah, elementals are something completely different. Even I don't think you can call elementals actually infantry. Those are more like, I would see them more like target-seeking weapons, especially since they are not from the inner sphere, but are clan tech. Which reminds me, maybe I should take some. That's a good idea. Having elementals for my next game of Battletech. Quick, somebody take a note for me and tell me after the show. Well, to be fair, the video games aren't, for the most part, bad representations of the Battletech universe. It's very consistent, and especially the RTS is very true to the actual tabletop, in my opinion. It's very much scratching that itch. It would be only even a snitch better if they had fully customizable and paintable models, but I guess that's a bit on the technical difficult side. But then again, somebody potentially will be modding that in at some point in the future. Yes. No, it's a RTS relatively recently by Harebrained Schemes. See you then next week, James Scott. Thanks for being here. Let me see if I think that's the yeah, that's the one that I was talking about. 2018. And to be fair, if that's on sale, grab it. It's a lot of fun. It looks good, it sounds good, it runs smooth even on the potato. And it's just, it's turn-based RTS is so... It's not easy at times. There are some missions that really test your skill. Have a good one, James. So if you ever are contemplating about having a video game somewhere on your PC or your laptop, highly recommend this one. And funny thing, to get back to more or less the beginning of the show, that was a Kickstarter that had promised and that had delivered. Had good communications, had some drawbacks and some setbacks, if I remember correctly, but all in all, it worked great. And they were the first having the new Battletech logo, and they actually joined forces with Catalyst Game Labs and other companies to unify the look and feel of Battletech, to have one logo again, which is in itself great. On a not so fun, but not very negative note, I feel we should cut this stream for tonight. I said my bit. You lot have things to do and places to be, I'm guessing. Enjoying hobby, enjoying life. It's shorter than one might think. Contact someone you haven't contacted for a long time. Say hello. Make people feel thought of. I will see you lot next Tuesday. If I can harass Jerry enough to give me a certain yes or no if you're there, we will plan something, and if not, there will be other things, and yeah, I'll think of something. You have a lovely night, and we will see each other very soon. And if you need something, hit me up in Discord, leave a comment, email me, or whatever. Good night, and see you next week.